Okay. All right.
Jade.
So, hello everyone. I'm going to. I assume the recording's on, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
All right. Okay. Perfect.
Oh,
Hello everyone that's watching. I'm Riley. Hello. I am the absolutely wonderful and awesome and the perfect dungeon master to ever exist. I am doing the official or one of the official D&D campaigns revolving around Marcadia. While it is not actively a part of Marcadia's world and lore, it is heavily inspired and uses its characters. So, while not canon in the slightest towards any amount of Marcadia's lore, it is certainly inspired, and we have a few wonderful little people who will be joining us today. Starting with our players, we have Blank, we have Max, Nano, Renee, Rob, and Witchface and or Dragon. Now, of course, we have a few people spectating with us. Jade, love you, Jade. Spirits, who's deafened, he plays Ares. He will be playing the NPC known as Ares as well. And then the wonderful, wonderful Kana slash Whisper. We love her to death. She's super pretty. I love her. Anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. Do I have anything else that I need to say before session starts? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Do we want to
Recap.
do? Well, yes, recap, but let's introduce our characters first in order.
Yes, we will go down the list. Blank, please introduce your character.
Character is. I'm not gonna say the race because it's kind of like a character reveal, but he is what seems to be a robot man that in the first session fell out of the sky on his basically treasure planet inspired rocket ship. And he's very impulsive and kind of naive. He's also apparently
Absolutely
immortal.
wonderful. Okay, all right. See you later, Max. Fuck you, I guess. Sorry. Love you, Max. I promise. Going down the
hey,
list
I'm preparing
is.
dinner, okay? Or grabbing my dinner.
Go fuck yourself, dude. I mean it with love. I promise. This is how I show affection. Anyway, continuing down on the list, but skipping one person because they're a loser. Nano, would you please describe your character?
Yeah, of course, of course. Hi everyone. My name is Nano. My character's name is Nova Starvale. He is a drow half elf rogue, specifically arcane trickster, and he's also the character that everyone thinks is most likely to die, and I really aim to prove them wrong. So
You're not gonna prove them wrong.
Mm,
I will try my hardest for some, because as we all know, the dice love me.
We shall see about that. We shall see. Now, Renee, if you would please be a doll, describe your character and such.
Hello, I play Tannen. She is a wood elf rogue. She's newer to the party. She's an idiot and has already gotten herself into a lot of trouble during one session. So that's her.
And now, Rob.
I play as Brashen, an Ashen spawn monk. He is a human that has been cursed to forever smolder in flames. He is a reckless dumbass that likes to suplex a bunch of bosses. That's about it.
All right. Okay. Second last, Dragon, if you would please.
Okay, so my character is Sivith. She's a elf paladin. With a neat little tendency to do fire related things. Um, how do I describe her? She's gonna be more of like a well, fiery kind of character, kind of more bitchy and mean and whatnot. Um, her oath is the path of vengeance, which I will try my best to keep constant. I try my best to follow the path. I've never played a paladin before, so give me some grace there. And oh, I believe we decided that she's also the party leader as well.
We'll see. Anyway.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I'm
of
fine
course,
if anybody else wants to do it. So I'm just saying.
I have a feeling anybody tries to say they're a leader, the rest of the party's gonna be like, no, fuck
I
you.
mean, we could do co-leaders.
No.
and then of
This
course,
is
Max?
this ragtag group is a democracy.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Maximilian, Maxi girl.
Yes,
It's
yes, yes.
you.
I play Lilith Alcott, a human abjuration wizard who's very interested in the study of magic and paranormal, any weird occurrences going on in the world. She's kind of peculiar, a little weird. Something's up about her, but yeah, she's just
Fascinated with
interested in learning the
rocks.
world, and yeah, fascinated with rocks. That's her spellcasting focus, and she focuses on AoE spells mostly. But
I don't care how big the room is. I cast fireball. Anyway, hello everyone. I'm Riley, the wonderful DM, and we will start off today's session with a very, very long recap for everything that's happened for the people who will be watching this. If anyone watches this at all, I know the entire world hates Marcadia, and we're only really here because we love Spanx. But anyway. This session first started a very long time ago in the town known as Slytherin. Now, of course, the world of Marc, as we call it, has been engulfed in a massive global war. Or at least as global as you can get here in Marcadia. By the storm, of course. The primary empire that once ruled over the entirety of the land, known as Terra. See, this Terra is led by a dictatorial monarch who ruled with an iron fist, who divvied out power among different settlements, nations, and kingdoms throughout the entirety of the land of Marc. Of course, that erosion came, corruption, bad emperor after bad empress came and went, and eventually we come to now. A massive civil war, the settlements rising up, most primarily and most importantly, Amaris, Northstar, Velros, and Port Royal stand against the crown of the Empire of Terra, united in a sort of a unique front, if you would. Of course, there are third parties, specifically the Global Revolutionary Council, led by two women, or a man and a woman known as Torquil and Elizabeth Bruticus. Now, doesn't matter. This campaign started in a small little town, a neutral town known as Slitherville. However, it was currently in the process of being courted by the Empire of Terra when we first began. Of course, the party had found itself discovering a crashed ship where they had met Brashen, a wonderful artificer, and with that
What?
sort of adopted him.
No.
What?
Not Brashen, Esther. I am so
Gee.
sorry, everyone. My
Oh,
apologies.
gee.
Esther,
First you
where they had
call him
adopted-
Victor, now he's Brashen of all people.
I think I'm
I'm gonna ban you. I'm gonna ban you. Anyway, where they adopted Esther, the wonderful little artificer. Now, of course, the party had known each other previously by way of being a part of the Slitherville Guard. Unfortunately, however, while the Empire of Terra was courting Slitherville, our wonderful little rogue Nova decided to stop off and start following people that they shouldn't, or that he shouldn't have been following, and got himself into a deep pile of shit. Of course, after a bloody fight in the hallway, a few of the guardsmen and a few Terra men had been killed And for recompense, the Empire of Terra, most primarily the wicked general known as Triumph, and the mysterious boxer had elected to have this sort of betrayal in eyes taken, they would take this party and use them for their own whims. They sent them off to meet another doctor known as Calypso Phalix, a wonderful person in this wonderful server. And they had been chosen to do his dirty work. Of course, with the doctor and Triumph, they had been sent into this town of Wendigo-like experiments, where they were forced to kill and harvest something known as the crystalline skulls that function as these creatures' hearts. Of course, after another one of the party members, Tannen, had stolen a few of those skulls and refused to hand them over to Calypso, Calypso had elected to negotiate an exchange the party does not yet know about, with the leader of Port Royal, Elizabeth Bruticus, otherwise known as Spindle. And that's where we leave today, or that's where we find ourselves today. The party had just hopped the boat on their way out, or on their way leaving this town. Yeah, do we have any questions?
I was about to say, are
I
we
think you said the
sure
wrong thing.
Esther almost killing Triumph accidentally wasn't also a
That's
part of
not-
that decision?
That's not important.
Totally.
I feel like I
not.
should mention quite a few Terra men did lose their lives that day, and Esther may or may not have shotgunned General Triumph to the face.
Lilith
Don't
also
worry about
didn't
that.
try and kill them. Don't worry about that.
It wasn't my shotgun,
yeah, no,
it was my
definitely not.
railgun. Get it right.
Oh yeah, no, because railgun is certainly better than shotgun.
Yeah. Less spread.
Yeah.
And only hit half of his skull, not the full skull.
You destroyed the half of his face that was already blind. Be lucky you didn't hit the half of his face that wasn't. Anyway, I love you guys so much. We are now officially how we usually do it here in this session. We roll for initiative. So if everyone could please roll me initiative and then type it out in the chat, because I'm getting tired of asking everyone a gazillion times what their initiative was and then forgetting immediately.
A good number this time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was about to say.
Holy shit, 25.
No,
Okay.
Nano, are you allowed to have bad numbers with your modifiers being like 8+?
It is.
No, I am not. No, I am
Like-
not.
Oh, poor Max.
Damn, Max.
These dice are
Oh.
going in dice jail immediately.
Mm.
I'm bringing
Understand.
their stuff back out.
10 with a 20, then it is with a 14, Ration with a 12, and then last but not least, well, maybe at least, kidding, I love you, Max, with a 3. That is everyone, right?
Yes,
I do believe.
I believe so.
Oh, wait, no, I forgot Esther. That's my bad. Whoopsies.
Damn. Okay. I see how it is.
Damn.
Can't get my name right. Can't remember I'm here. I should just leave.
I'm gonna hit you over the head with a fucking badminton racket, okay? I wanna play
I
badminton
need to
so
remember him at that point.
sorry. Alright, so the party had all been introduced to the wonderful Lyra Bruticus, leader of Port Royal, and currently captain of the ship you are all on. Now, of course, she's going to give a little bit of a spiel. Alright, everyone. It appears as though we washed up onto my ship by the fortunate or rather unfortunate circumstances of your wonderful compatriot, Tannen. Would any of you care to explain how exactly you got into this bollocks?
Ah,
Lilith just points at Nova. because-
Yeah, I was about to say
okay,
it is.
you can't.
It's all
you
started
can't-
with Nova.
And
You can't just blame me for this.
We
Okay, I
can.
said
can,
I
and we
was
will.
sorry. I said I was sorry.
Does
And I'm pretty
Sorry, it doesn't
pretty
fix my
sure-
suit.
Okay, I don't know exactly how your suit got damaged, but I'm pretty sure you did something stupid for that one. I'm like
Taking on the lawsuit?
98% sure you did something stupid for your suit to be in that condition. You can't blame that on me. But
Really? I traded my
Yes.
prisoners of war for this group of lackeys? Oh,
Okay,
Tanner,
look,
what did you
okay,
get yourself
alright.
into?
Okay,
Why would you trade prisoners of war?
okay. Though everyone is correct in the sense that the whole reason we were dealing with Terra was my blunder. I may have attempted to spy on a meeting, and it did not go well. I mean, I almost.
How do you
didn't
get caught? You are so small. You are a small little man. And she's going to crouch down and like sort of look at you because she is about 6 foot. She's going to like lean down and look at you and go, I have had Tannen doing my dirty work for the better part of 2 years. You get caught once. For how long have you been doing terror work? I don't even know. So
Well,
I'm gonna whip you into shape. Okay?
whoa. You
Thank
don't need
God.
to. Whoa. First of all, nothing about me needs.
I
to
don't want to hear about whatever bollocks you have to say.
Bitch.
And she sort of she lifts up her hand in a sort of like stopping motion, and she turns to a man, the one smoking the cigarette. Ares, how soon do we think we can get the ship to sail? Ares, 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 please, spirits, come on, fuck me, I guess. All right,
you
okay,
fell
because
asleep.
I have to play it.
He's gone.
I
What
swear to
do we
God,
pay
if he
you
pulled a Nova and passed out halfway through session.
Not even halfway. It's the beginning.
Yeah. Anyway,
11 minutes
Oh,
in.
also, wait,
Ares sort of.
I should say no. I whispered. I called Spindle CUNT under my breath.
Oh no, she heard.
Oh, okay.
Y'all heard.
And she turned over to Ares. He sort of lifts the cigarette out of his mouth and he just goes, we feed him yet? And Spindle sort of just looks at him and goes, it was your responsibility to keep track of. Yeah, well, I told Callus to do it. You can't get your boyfriend to do You know what? Feed them now, and then we can get going. Okay. And then he puts his cigarette back into his mouth, and he sort of hobbles off down the stairs to the lower ends of the boat. Spindle sort of looks at the ragtag group in front of her. So, which one of you do you name as captain?
Squeaky toy.
The dog.
Alfie would like to be captain.
You know what? Actually, can you like give us a second? While we
We
discuss
don't
this.
have a captain.
Not yet, at least. We can discuss it. I mean, I vote for that one. I say pointing at Sivith.
Know each other well enough to decide one? Because I don't think so.
Are we even enough of a group to even have a leader?
Oh
I
no.
won't take orders from any of you.
I don't have one yet. That's The simple
I don't.
result.
Do we even have a name for ourselves?
Nope.
Yeah, no, we've kind of just been. We don't
We
really
are a
have
group
a
made
leader.
circumstance.
Yeah, that's the
For
best way to
context,
describe it.
everyone, the group that you would all been previously working under for Slitherville Guard would have just known as Platoon 7. Just for reference.
Platoon.
Of course, that was before Esther joined everything, so it's up to you.
Mm,
We even need a name. I doubt we're gonna be together that long.
you never know. Might be good to just have one just so people can identify us or have something to call us, just for the time being. I mean, I don't think we should go by Platoon 7 but I don't feel like we should go by Platoon 7 forever. Feels too militaristic. Well, you robot, you got any ideas?
It might be better to have this conversation later.
Lilith's just staring at you like deadpan.
Good point. Good point.
We're on a moving ship. I
Nice.
mean,
No name then? No captain?
Not
No.
yet,
Not
at
yet.
least. We're still
I
deciding
say
that.
if this group survives for long enough, maybe then. Always good to wait a week.
Alright then. Spindle sort of looks at the entire group over, left to right, then right to left. Looking you all up and down, skipping over. Alright. Gallops! And she raises her head up towards the ceiling and yells out the name. The man with a scarred eye sort of looks down at the rest of the group. Black hair flowing in the wind. Sitting on the crow's nest, he simply just shouts back, "Yeah?" Spindle again shouts up back at him, "Hoist the colors and the sail. We're on our way. Welcome, everyone, onto the... Fuck, what was the name I had for this? RYL Interceptor, the fastest ship in the Port Royal Imperial Navy. I am your captain and Port Royal's very own leader, Lyra Bruticus. If you need anything, that one," she points at Tannen, "is essentially my daughter. I'm sure that she can get you anything that you want.
Hi.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm needed at the helm." So she walks up towards the steering wheel, and she essentially just takes hand as Kalos and Aaron start running around, pulling on different ropes. And then you notice at the front of the ship someone that you all hadn't noticed before. A woman with black hair, wearing a tri-horn hat, sort of looking out to the sea. The ship itself lurches for a moment as the sails flow in the wind. However, it doesn't go. It doesn't move. You would expect it to, because the sails are down. And it just stays put for a while. Does anyone
Somebody
investigate?
forgot to fuel the engine.
What? There's no
Go
engine
investigate.
here. What?
How exactly would your characters investigate? What would they check first?
Mm,
Rudder on the back of the ship to help steer with like. Oh, how do I explain?
There would be. It is a classical style ship. Of course, however, with the copper ramrod at the front that all Port Royal ships have.
Can I go
When things don't move, they're usually
and
tied
look
to
down?
something.
You do? Nothing seems to have caught the rudder. Now, would anyone else like to have a turn investigating what's
I'd
happening?
say, since Esther spent most of his life going from ship to ship, probably first take a look, make sure you're not wedged on anything, there isn't anything in front of you, then check if your anchor is up or down, and if not that, how high are you on the water or area to make sure you're not high beached or something.
All right, Esther, your first thought: check beside the ship to make sure that it's not caught on anything. As you do, you look over and you see something holding the ship in place. Something big. You think it's a rock at some points, but then you notice that it has a very large hump, sail, something like that sticking out of the back. And it's scaly, and it's sort of rubbing up against the ship. You tilt your head a bit, and then you go over to the other side of the ship, and you see another one, just on the other side. And then you go to the front, and you see two more. All four of these things rubbing up against the ship itself.
We've discovered why we are not moving, though I don't know how to deactivate this mechanism.
Why not ask the captain?
Are they the one that said to go?
I mean, there might be a reason for this, no?
Esther will walk over to the sorry. Walk over to the wheel or just wherever Spindle went off last. Try and be like, hey, there's things holding your boat kind of just in place. Aren't we supposed to be moving?
Spindle just kind of looks at you. What? Have you ever heard of how Port Royal moves its ships before?
I've
It is
never
a bit
heard of Port
harder.
Royal before.
You're an odd one. The biggest trade hub, you know what? You're just bollocks. Ares! She sort of looks
don't have
around.
those.
Where the hell did
Hey.
Ares go? Ares!
What's up? What did I do?
You feed them! I told you to feed them!
It's not my fault. I kind of need to take a nap.
Are you kidding? Go get the fish and, like, the fishing rod mechanism. You know the thing I'm talking about. Go pig on a
The-
stick on a carrot with this thing.
the
Come on,
thingamajiggy?
go, chop.
I'm on it.
What the?
And
fuck?
Ares just simply quickly runs back down, comes back up with a series of very large fish, what looks to be salmon initially. And he runs up to the front of the ship. And on the front, there seems to be a series of fishing rod. Never said that again. Ares, never said that again.
What is that?
I think it's Steve Harvey with stop it with the curse emoji. Stop it. I need to lock in. Anyway, Ares runs up to the front and hooks these fish onto a series of thread or lines of thread with hooks on the end. And Spindle seemingly grabs a crank close to the helm. She turns it, and a few rods stick out of the front. And then the ship begins to lurch again, moving side to side, as the four beasties that are surrounding the ship sort of begin to swim forward, pulling the ship with it. But then, of course, the ship lurches again as it is pulled forward by these four reptilian beasts chained onto the ship itself. And it begins sailing, powered by, you would all not know what these are, but these are Spinosauruses.
Hmm.
I want to go look at them and can I roll a history check to see if Lilith knows what they are?
You may roll a history check.
That is. Is this my history? Yes, this is my history. That's a 18.
You would know what these are. These are rare creatures, about as rare as dragons, if not slightly more common. So there's not many of them. However, they are the national animal of Port Royal. They are powerful semi-aquatic beasts that are entirely carnivorous. And they are most typically used for the Port Royal Navy. They are sort of considered as a support vessel, is what Spindle has deemed them as. They are typically well trained, well kept, almost like a very, very, very large military dog. And with that, you have heard rumors of crossbreeding between them and wyverns. However, there is no proof of that throughout the world. There are just whispers.
I think Lilith probably does a few notes in her notebook, kind of just looking at the creature, doing like a little bit of anatomy drawing. But she probably just stays there on the side.
All right, then. And with that, we'll be moving on to the top of initiative. Now, for the next little while, this boat ride is going to take approximately 3 days. So, I'll just be going on the list of initiative to see what exactly it is that each of your characters will be doing throughout the course of the 3 days. And if you would like to have an interaction with a character on the boat or amongst yourselves, feel free to. We will first start with Nova. Nova.
So on day one, I guess I'm just going to be walking around the deck on the ship, mainly just looking out off the starboard side for the most part, and that's about it. I do nothing the first day.
All right, then.
I mean,
Actually, that gives me an idea. We'll be going like what you do each day. We'll go down the list 3 times. For day 1, Tenon, what are you doing?
I'm going to find Spindle.
You do. She's typically either in the captain's quarters or she is at the helm. One of the two.
Okay.
Today, she would be, for the most part, within the captain's quarters meeting with Assault. Someone that you would know dearly. Yeah.
Hey, Spindle.
Hello, Tenon. How are you doing?
Great. So I felt like I should probably warn you. Did you do a parlay with Tara?
There was a temporary parlay. She says as she's signing a few documents on her table. There was a temporary parlay just for this meeting. You see, I had had a few prisoners of war from there, a few of their mage hunters, and you know how dear you are to me. Fortunately, Tara now knows that too, and so in exchange for you and your new friends, are they? In exchange for you and your friends, I traded those prisoners. So it's just a temporary parlay. Why do you ask?
Well, they're planning on invading Port Royal next.
Ah.
Felt like I should tell you that. Feels important.
Yeah, it's almost as if you live there.
Yeah. And Cal, Cal, lovely Cal. The whole
Lives.
stupid little, yeah. He's basically like kind of forcing the whole witch war thing to keep going.
Okay. I mean,
He's collecting these little magical skulls that are like magical batteries. And I tried to steal one so I could bring it here and we could look at it. But he has this stupid doctor person. I don't know what they are, but they could sense that I had it. So I wasn't able to.
Assault. Assault kind of just nods. Spindle quickly writes something on her desk with her quill, folds it up, puts it into an envelope, and seals it with some wax and her ring, with her bearing her mark on it. Assault, I'm going to need you as soon as we get to Port Royal to deliver this to one Calypso Valrico. As this is of utmost importance, so you are going to be bringing this to her as soon as possible. Assault sort of takes it, and she nods again, and walks out of the captain's cabin. Are you still here, Renee?
Yes, hi, sorry.
Yes.
I'm here.
You just noticed Assault walk out of the captain's quarters with a letter to someone known as Calypso. A different one, of course, different last name.
Y- the Calypsos are working together.
No, they're not.
Then is she double crossing them?
I don't know where you got that Calypso is working with Calypso, but according to all of my information, Calypso is working against Calypso.
Mm. Okay. You gave me the wrong information then.
Oh, my apologies. I'm just dumb. I got some of my information wrong. Excuse me. Pretend that was always canon.
Sorry about that. Okay, then ignore that.
Yeah, ignore that. Anyway, guys, I'm so good at DMing. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spindle sort of just leans back in her chair. She opens a drawer, grabs out a pipe, puts it in her mouth. Well, anything else you want to say?
That was all. I just wanted to warn you that, hey, Port Royal's next on the chopping block.
Yes, yes, okay. I do appreciate you letting me know. Do you have any other information aside from that? And she strikes the match against the desk and lights her pipe.
Nothing that you probably wouldn't already know.
Ah, that's unfortunate because I don't know much.
These other people might have more information, but yeah, those were the biggest things. But royal attack, and then lovely cow kind of working to make sure that the witch civil war thing keeps going because his little magical experiments.
Ah, grand. She sort of just puts the pipe back in her mouth. Is there anything else you'd like to say to her?
Nope, that's it.
Nice. What, do you do anything else for your first day or no?
Nope, that's it.
Perfect. Next, we move on to Sivith. What exactly is Sivith doing, Dragon?
So, I'm gonna have her out around the front of the ship. Maybe she can get, like, if she can sit on, like, barrels or some sort of cargo in the front to get a higher spot, like, a little bit. And just kind of enjoy, the wind flowing through her armor and her hair, just kind of enjoying the peacefulness of being on a ship.
All right, then. Are you doing anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Perfect. In that case, we move on to Brashen. What's Brashen up to?
I want to be practicing with that new bone blade I got.
All right, then. Please make a either sleight of hand or strength check for me.
It's a 4.
This is clearly not a blade meant to be swung by someone who wasn't attached to it. You did get it from an entity who this was essentially their hand, so it's a bit difficult. As you go to swing, you do a few like good cuts, but then as you swipe down practicing, it slips out of your hand. The skin that was attached to the forearm of this blade falls off as the sword embeds itself into the deck as you're holding what is essentially rotten skin in your hand.
I'm gonna burn that skin off.
You look
burn it
down
off
at
my
it and
hand.
you squeeze your hand. Then you open it and nothing but ash falls out.
I'll pick up the bone blade and try again.
Perfect.
I'll just-
And you spend the rest of the day practicing with this new weapon. Is there anything else you'd like to do aside from practice?
No,
Perfect. In that case, we move on to Esther. Esther, what is it that you are doing?
Esther, other than just appreciating being on a ship for maybe like the first small bit, he's gonna try and see if he can't, if there's like in the ship some kind of not room. What word am I looking for? Barracks. There's like any kind of place he can just go in and shut a door or like have a curtain up or something so he can start working.
Now, there are only really two places where you could go and have some privacy. The captain's quarters, which, I mean, if you'd like to break into, you're free to try. And then, of course, the lower deck. Technically surrounded by waters on all sides, only one stairway going up. Of course, you cannot close the door or put up any curtains unless you feel like hanging a blanket over that little area. Yeah. You do suspect, however, if you do go down there, that's where they keep the rum.
And he's probably just gonna go below deck to see anything so he can sit down and do his magic to his armor.
All right, then. You go down to the lower deck. You sit. It doesn't seem to be anything really useful to you around. Mostly just seems like supplies, spices, fish, lots of fish, and somehow even more rum. There isn't
Well,
much to help. Huh?
I'm gonna use one of my abilities, right tool for the job. Since I have thieves' tools, I can create tinker's tools, and then I'm gonna start basically for the entire day working on my armor, trying my best to fix it, and like
All right.
incorporate both of these together.
All right then. If you could please roll me, hi Marcus. If you could please roll me 3 different sleight of hand checks.
All right.
Hey, Marcus.
Hello.
12 for my first one, just all in a row, or
Just all in a row.
okay. 12, 15, 6.
You make good headway. Very good headway. You're able to complete an entirely new helmet for yourself. Of course, not nearly as technologically advanced as your old suit. However, it will suffice. Certainly, it will suffice. You do get to work on the upper chest and shoulders. However, you still have at least 2/3 of the way to go. But for now, it is functional.
Functional is good enough.
Is that all you would like to be doing for the whole day?
I think, yeah, he's just going to be spending almost that entire time just down there as best he can.
All right, then. With that, we move to Lilith. What's Lilith doing for the day?
Um, So when you went into my history check, you talked about them being like crossbred, right?
Yes.
I think Lilith is looking because there's 4 sun sources pulling the ship.
Yes, there are.
I think she's looking at each one to kind of analyze them, compare the anatomy to the one she just sketched, and see if there's any evidence of that in these specific Spinosaurus.
Please make me a nature check.
Okay. 22.
From what you can see, not much. Of course, there is variation. That one has a shorter snout, that one has a clip in its tail, that one has a spine that's more round and has a divot, that one has a proper tail rather than a paddle tail, and that one's webbed feet are just a bit more webbed, or thicker webs rather. But this just seems natural variation for a species. Nothing that would inherently imply crossbreeding.
Okay. I think that's kind of how Lilith spends her whole day, just analyzing the Spinosauruses.
All right then. What a day. Truly a paleontologist, but paleontology doesn't exist in this world.
Both of our characters are just the scholars, like, all right, yeah, don't bother me. Let me do my thing.
Now, of course, we move on to the NPCs. Spindle is going to be spending most of her days walking back and forth between the helm and the captain's quarters, making sure the course is all right. Callus is going to be sneaking off with Ares every once in a while to the lower decks, and then occasionally running around on the top ship, chasing each other with knives, buckets, or what have you.
Love that for them.
Of course, Callus does spend. Pardon?
I just said love that for them.
Yeah. And of course, and if he's not chasing or hanging out with Ares, Callus is on the crow's nest watching. Ares. What exactly is Ares doing?
I heard there's somebody that has some smoked fish right below deck. I think I'm gonna go and see if I can snip it out.
What was that? Sorry? You were a bit quiet.
Somebody's got some smoked fish below deck, and I'm gonna go snip it out.
Oh, smoked fish, you say? The closest thing that you could probably smell to smoked fish would be someone working on a set of armor.
Well then, how are you doing today?
Esther, you have a visitor.
Okay, at what stage of
You would be
like
just finishing up the armor itself, I believe.
okay. So you basically walk in and see I'd assume just the armor standing, like probably just randomly facing a wall. And like you hear slight like kicks and turns of certain gears and sprockets being finally clicked back into place. Or a small hum of magic ever so often. You see little lights appearing from inside the seams of the armor in random places. But he's just kind of standing there looking at a wall.
Ares.
What if I just like flick his armor and run away?
I will let you flick his armor. However, I will give Esther an attack of opportunity if you would like.
Honestly,
Sweet.
at the current stage, I don't think he'd do much other than just like watch because he probably saw. It's like a 50-50 chance if he saw you coming down to begin with.
Yeah. So you flick him in the helmet and then you quickly run upstairs again.
There's no reaction.
No
He's too
reaction
busy.
from Master.
He is too busy doing his work. My man is dedicated to his craft.
Well then, Aries.
I'd like to write in my notes that smells like smoked salmon.
All right then. And with that, we finally move on to Isolde. Isolde's spending most of her day just walking around the main deck, sort of not really doing much. Always making sure that the ropes are nice and taut, everything's as it should be, and not really saying much. Now, for day 2. You all go to sleep in the hammocks below deck. Then you all rise on the second day. Nova, what are you doing for the entirety of the second day? What was that next?
So
Oh, I was sorry. My cat grabbed my dice. That's what I was.
Oh, okay.
Not talking to you. I thought I was muted. Sorry.
No, you're okay.
So at the beginning of the day, I would words shit. Sorry for cursing. At the beginning
I
of
do
the
not
day,
fucking care. Don't you
Yeah, well-
fucking swear in this stupid fucking campaign, or I swear to fuck. I'm kidding. I love you. You're,
yeah,
you're
but we're
good.
being recorded here, so you know.
Oh,
And?
Span. Could you like bleep these out? And I know you're probably gonna bleep Span too. So just like I don't know.
He's not going
It's not
to.
like we're getting monetized. We're not getting
Fair enough.
monetized.
We're never getting monetized. We never know. A random 5-year-old could watch this video.
Nah, the official like Marcadia episodes
Live.
not a cussing, so it does not matter.
Yeah.
Very
Fuck,
good
fuck,
point.
fuckity,
Anyway,
fuck. All right, okay, now
Riley.
you go.
okay. And so so what I'm going to do on the second day is basically this time I'm just going to be on watch, but midway on watch on like the at the front of the ship. And then midway through I'm going to see Spindle doing her rounds and go up and bother her.
I swear. All right, okay. How exactly do you bother her?
You know, back when I was in Slitherville, I heard a few Terran guards talking shit about you.
Ah, yes, I assume so. Just bollocks, nonetheless.
Do you mind confirming some of the things do you mind confirming or disproving some of the or you know what I mean? Would you mind confirming what's true and not true?
I. What are you on about, little man? Huh? If you have something to say, just say it.
Nothing. I'm just saying I've taken one look at you and you don't seem like a slut.
Okay, all right. I will not accept bollocks language like that on my ship. The Interceptor is a. And she quickly pulls out her pipe and like puts it in, strikes a match, and then smokes it before flicking it at Nova and then walking into the captain's quarters.
She's fun.
Okay. All
She
right,
likes
buddy.
girls that are mean to her, okay? What can we say?
All right. So, with that, Nova, is that all you're doing for today?
I'm just gonna go back on watch.
All right. With that, we move on to Tannen. Tannen, what are you doing?
I say Tannen saw that entire sad little display.
Yeah, you could certainly say Tannen had seen that.
Nova,
Yes.
were you trying to flirt?
That what you think? You think that was flirting?
No,
I was just
it's
fucking. I was just fucking with her, dude.
by calling her, she's the you called the captain of the
No,
ship.
no,
A
no, no,
slut,
no, no,
okay?
no, 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 no. You mishear me. I
Mhm.
didn't call her a slut. I said she doesn't look like one. I'm saying that they called her a slut. There's a complete difference.
Mhm.
Yes.
You're doing great. Keep it
Thank you.
up. And then she's just gonna walk away. But she's going to um silent and her telepathically command Cinnamon to just spend the rest of the day fucking with Nova.
Nova, for the rest of the day, you have this black and white cat with a little dangly bell that has cinnamon on it, or cinnamon rather, sort of
Cinnamon.
always swatting at your ankles and then scurrying off before you're able to catch her.
Hmm. Oh, can't really do anything about it. It's not like it's gonna end my world. Though I do want to. Can I try throwing? Though can I try throwing a knife at it, missing on purpose?
Bruh.
Roll a sleight of hand check for me.
A net
Yay.
1 just stabs it.
Shit like this is why we think you're gonna die first.
18.
18. With that 18, you to scare the cat enough. It grazes over his head, dabbing itself into the floor. The cat sort of jumps up, and the hair on its back shoots up, and it immediately runs off towards Tannen, terrified.
And
Yes.
did you just throw a dagger at my cat?
Ah, well, I wasn't. Well, if it makes you feel better, I wasn't aiming for your cat.
The
But you
cat
said
sort of
you-
hops up on Tannen's shoulder, getting like snuggling up to her.
Hmm. You threw a dagger at my cat.
And you sent your cat to annoy me. I'm assuming.
Hey,
No, I
bad.
didn't. I can't control my cat. He
Oh,
does whatever he pleases. He's a cat.
well then I was just getting him out of my hair.
By
Don't
throwing a
worry, I wouldn't.
dagger.
Don't worry, I wouldn't actually harm an animal. I'm not a monster.
Mm, got it, got it. Don't throw a dagger at my cat
No,
again.
I'll try not
as
to.
you guys finish this conversation, or rather, tail towards the end of it, Tannen, you notice this, however, Nova, you don't. As the woman with black hair sort of shows up behind Nova, just sort of grabs him by the shoulder and says, "You know, it's not a smart idea."
Wait. You saying she snuck up behind me?
Well, not really snuck up behind you, but more so just got behind you before, like, while you were having the conversation.
Got it. It's not
Well,
like I. Well, it's not like I tried to hurt it. I purposely missed.
oh, it's almost as if you threw a dagger at her cat.
Listen, all right. If I wanted to hurt a cat, which I do not, I would have. I purposely missed. It's called being skilled.
You notice as the woman with black hair sort of reaches into her belt and pulls out a dagger, sort of dangles it over your foot before dropping it. And it lands just a few like an inch away from your foot. See? I didn't do that. I wasn't intentionally trying to hurt you, but it hurt you. It hurt you.
I know.
Don't do that again. She grabs the dagger and just puts it back in her belt.
Feels like home.
Thanks us all.
All right. Oh, no problem, sis. And she like sort of walks past and gives you a high five. She continues to go see where Spindle is. And with that, we move on to Siveth.
I want her to find a kind of, well, sort of like a big empty space if it's possible, either like above deck or below deck, ideally above deck, and just go through the basics of that's what I'm thinking of. Just swinging her sword around, practicing the motions, like going through the basics that she learned.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check at advantage or an attack roll. It's up to you.
What would I do for an attack roll?
Just roll a d20 and then add whatever weapon you're using to practice.
Just looking at my D&D Beyond with this confused look. um,
Rolled a hit. Rolled a
yeah.
hit.
Okay.
That's what I mean when I say make an attack roll. Just roll a hit.
With advantage. A nat 20.
Oh my goodness. You swing that sword with purpose. You swing that sword like your life depended on it, and you swing perfectly. Actually, Kalos is even impressed by your sword handling skills. Sort of watching in awe from the crow's nests. Sort of, and as you finish your practice, he raises his hands up and he claps from a distance. Good job! That was amazing! And you now have a point of inspiration.
Oh, okay.
So you get a free reroll should you ever choose to use it.
Wait a minute. I have 2 now.
Yeah, doesn't she already have
Yeah,
one?
yeah, we can just stack inspirations. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Just mark that down somewhere on your sheet.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is that all you'd like to do for the day? Practice? Are you gonna go talk to anyone? Anything? No?
That's pretty much all I want to do. I mean, she doesn't know anybody on the ship, well enough to talk to him, and she's just kind of enjoying her alone time, I guess. That's all for me for now.
All right. And with that, we move on to Brashen. Brashen, what are you doing?
I'd like to go find Lilith.
All right then. Lilith, where would you be?
Wandering around in like the bottom of the ship.
All right then. With the rum, and the rum, and the fish, and the rum.
The suspicious curtain with nothing behind it.
Yeah, absolutely nothing behind the curtain. All right, Brashen, you're able to find Lilith after a while, sort of just circling around the bottommost deck of the ship.
I'd like to ask you about your magic with your rocks. How's that? How is that possible?
You know how you cast spells? Do you know anything about it?
Not really, but I'm willing to learn.
To cast magic, you must at least study it. I've spent years studying magic, and I've learned how to channel it through these rocks. And she kind of like pulls a rock out of her pouch. Innately, these are just rocks, but I can direct the magical energy through them and use it to send out my spells. If I don't, it's just directing it out into the air, and there's no knowing what would come of it.
So the rocks are just normal everyday rocks.
She like passes one to you.
I'll eat it.
You do. This one seems to be a very nice granite, very porous, crunchy. Maybe there's a little bit of salt in there somewhere, but it's granite.
Tastes like a
I-
normal rock.
It is a normal rock. That
Cool.
Can you digest that?
Can you enchant other things with your magic instead of just rocks?
I could, but I find rocks are easiest.
Okay. I hand her my stack of playing cards. Can you do what you can on those rocks on here?
Are you going to the wizard for magic items? I'm sorry.
I don't know how to approach this. I don't know how enchanting works in your campaign, Riley. Is Lilith able to do that?
I would say she's not typically able to do that, so I'll probably have you just roll an Arcana check before every time you enchant one of these items. And if you get above the DC, which will be fairly low, I'll say, because you're pretty good at enchanting, the spell succeeds, as it usually does. Of course, that might vary depending on what exactly you're enchanting.
Okay, I have another question.
Okay.
If I ask her to just enchant it with any sort of magic, it doesn't matter if it's specific or not. I just want it to be like wild magic. Just whatever's on there is on there. Is that possible? Does that make it easier?
I will say yes. If Lilith would to feel so inclined, she may enchant every one of these cards, and instead of having any specific spell in it, if you ever want to pull a card, you just roll on the magic search, the magic search table. Yeah, yeah.
I guess that's still up to Max.
I could try. I don't normally enchant things to sit like that. I normally have to prepare my spells, but it might be volatile.
Well, you've seen what I could do. I could survive that big fucking bird thing that exploded. That was pretty easy to survive. I'm pretty sure I could survive a little card.
We'll do it, but then you owe me a favor.
Okay.
Okay. And I guess I'll get to work enchanting these cards.
Please make me an
Don't
Arcana
make
check
faster
for me.
to do that.
Oh, fuck, my dice just rolled off the table. Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. What is Esther a magician or a wizard?
He's an artificer, like the person you usually go to for magical items.
Oh, I would assume enchanting falls under the fucking wizard.
Enchantment wizards, yeah. But like specifically like magic items and like I can make bags of holding, returning weapons, all that shit.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Shit.
Later use. Have fun.
Because wizards, yeah, there are wizards that enchant, but
Yeah. It's just
Lilith
not
is an
the
abjuration wizard, so she's not.
yeah.
oh well.
But anyway, that's a math 8 plus 6, 14? No. Yeah, 14.
All right then. With time, you're able to get these cards ready to hold spells, and you just pass them back to Brasham.
Hell yeah. I'm sure this will work. All
Like I
right.
said, it's volatile, so don't use it near us. At least don't blow us up.
I'll try not to use it too close to you.
Good.
Yeah, that's all. I'll go back to practicing with my bone sword at the top deck.
All right then. And with that, we go to Lilith. Lilith, aside from enchanting those cards, what are you doing all day?
I think Lilith, before Brashen interrupted her, was searching the ship, kind of searching for any books or documents that might be laying around.
I will say, and you know for a fact that that it is very unlikely that any documents or books would be among the cabin. It would likely just be in the captain's quarters. So within Spindle's possession.
I want to try and sneak in there. Lilith.
Right then.
Can I? Oh.
No, you go.
Oh, I was gonna go try and find Nova real quick.
All right then. Nova had just finished his first interaction with Assault, or his last interaction with Assault and Tenon at this point. So, Nova, Lilith.
You know, I think you owe us all for your whole, getting us in this situation.
I'm aware, and I'm honestly working to repay you all.
You can repay me now.
Are you asking for money from me?
I need you to distract Spindle. Get her out of the captain's quarters for a little bit.
Really?
I want to look around.
All right, I can do that. It definitely might sour my relationship harder than they have. But I can certainly do it. How long do you need me to distract her for?
10, 15 minutes. Just enough for me to snoop around, see what she's got in there, try and figure out why we're here.
Do you want me to distract the second in command as well?
If you think she'd be an issue.
Most likely. I can do it. It'll be difficult just because of their temperament, but I can do it. Give me a moment. You'll know when it's safe for you to go in. And with that, I'm going to walk towards the captain's quarters.
All right then. How do you get Spindle's attention?
I'm just going to knock on the door.
Assault, if that's you, I'm a bit busy at the moment.
Not assault, though I do also need to speak to her.
She's currently doing inventory. You'll find her on the second deck.
It's really important that I speak to you. All right? I'm sorry.
You gonna call me a whore again, or what?
Hey, in my defense, I didn't say you were a whore. I said other people called you that. I don't even know you, so I don't have a I don't I don't think you are one, obviously. And that's what I said. Like, I don't think you're a whore. And to be not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, I grew up around them, but you know. Look, can you step out for a moment? I need to speak to you.
The room falls silent for a bit. Then you hear just the moving of papers, sort of someone standing up, an opening of a drawer, and the closing of a drawer. And then the very distinct sound of heels clacking against the wooden floor before the door opens. You see Spindle, of course, in her very regal wear, her military uniform, however, with a very distinct hat on her head, a very wide brim hat with a single feather coming out of the side. And of course, her glasses, which you haven't yet seen her with, round and grey. She just looks at you up and down. Well, what is it? I have things I need to do.
Well, I want to have this conversation a bit more privately. Any chance we can go below deck?
She looks at you. She squints. She takes a very long inhale of her pipe. And then she breathes out. I thought you said I wasn't a whore. Here you are offering something like that?
Whoa,
Disgusting.
I did not say, and I am not talking about like that. I just need to have a private conversation that no one can just walk in on. Nothing like that is going on.
She reaches into her coat, her overcoat. She pulls something out just a little bit. You can see what you think is the butt end of a pistol, or the grip of a pistol, and then she just puts it back and says, "If you get any fucking ideas, I will make sure that you are fed to the dinosaurs outside."
Relax. I won't. I actually, unlike most people you've probably met, I believe in something called consent. Besides, I'm not interested in you.
I don't care. You are bollocks. Just she pinches the bridge of her nose and takes an inhale of her pipe again. She just walks down.
All right, and before he goes down, he peeks out onto the deck and looks towards Lilith and just gives a thumbs up, then goes down below deck to talk with Spindle.
We'll roleplay that interaction when it's Spindle's turn. Lilith, what are you doing inside of Spindle's actual... Before you walk in, please roll me a perception check and then an investigation check.
I also, as soon as Lilith kind of like, because I think I was above deck. I don't know, wherever I was. I cast invisibility on myself before I head over.
All right then.
But I need to get like a dice tray. My dice keeps falling off my desk. It was investigation and perception, you said?
Yes.
Okay, that is a 12 on the investigation and a nat 20 on the perception.
As soon as you walk in, you see a very shadowy figure with a tri-horn hat in the corner of the room, sort of just smoking. And she seems to notice you as well. It doesn't say anything. She knows that someone is there, not quite who, but just goes back to looking at the back of the captain's quarters. Do you still continue with investigating?
I thought you were supposed to deal with her.
Spindle said that she was below deck.
Because Lilith is aware that she sees her, and isn't.
Yes. You both know that you're there, however, no one seems to be doing anything about it.
I think Lilith is going to drop the spell and walk over to the bookcase. If there's a bookcase. Is there a bookcase?
There is a book. There is a bookshelf. Yeah.
Yeah, Lilith drops the spell and walks over there.
All right. Soul just kind of looks at you. Anything in specific you're looking for?
I just want to look at what Spindle has. Okay. I assume it's not like Marcadia, where we don't know anything about Spindle experimenting or anything.
You
I
have
assume-
no idea if she's experimenting or not.
Okay. But I did. Or no, that was 10. Okay. I'm just looking at the bookshelf to see what she has, kind of trying to gauge her and Port Royal.
What did you get for your investigation check again?
It was a 12.
12. Her books on that bookshelf seems boring. See one that says requisitions. You see one that says military armaments, in parentheticals armor. And then you see another one that just says requisitions form continued. Then you see another one that just says list of guards / like military personnel. And then you see a pile of papers that is incoherent ramblings, and then what looks to be a journal of some kind.
Oh no.
I'll pick up the journal.
You pick up the journal. The Assault kind of looks at you. What you got there?
A book.
Oh, right, yes, no, a book. The only non-labeled and still written in book. Right, yes. Uh-huh. You know, if Spindle were to find out that you're looking at that, I doubt she'd be very, happy about it. I think you might end up as Dinosaur Show.
Maybe. I assume that means you'd tell her.
I don't see why I wouldn't tell her.
Maybe not. But I'm just curious. There's clearly
Curious.
more going on here that I don't understand.
Curiosity killed the cat,
I can't remember how the saying goes. I'm totally not Googling real quick.
I'm gonna cry now.
Yes, but satisfaction brought it back.
And what satisfaction are you planning to get from the journal of the leader of Port Royal? What, you looking for some feelings? Some secret crushes, huh?
I just want to know why I'm here. I want to know Port Royal's involvement with Terra. I want to know what's going on.
You could have just asked her. She's an open book if you're nice.
I don't know if I can trust that. I don't know her. I don't know you. You could be lying about that.
I could be. But you also could be lying about that, about what you want. You could very easily just be wanting dirt on her. You could be working for Terra.
I could be. You think Terra would hire a mage?
Maybe. Who knows? There are a bunch of hypocrites, a lot of them.
Fair enough. They do have talent working for them. So, do you want to
Well-
answer my question then?
She kind of just looks at you, You know, if you open it up, I won't have to tell Spindle.
I'm aware. And Lilith just sets the book back down. And I'm gonna wander over to Spindle's desk. Just look at what she's got on the desk.
You see the course going right for Port Royal. And then, of course, a myriad of tools, a compass. The main thing being a map of Marcadia.
Okay. Well, I think Lilith is well aware that she cannot fight them. So she's gonna leave.
All right, then. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think so.
All right, then. Now we move on to the NPCs. First up, Spindle, and Nova by extension. So, you brought me down here. What exactly did you want to talk about?
Well, since I'm going to assume that Port Royal is a port city with port being in its name, correct?
Oh, yeah, no, it's... Yeah, no, actually, it's landlocked. We're in the middle of a desert.
Please just hear me for a second, okay?
Yes, we're a port city.
Well, that means you must have a lot of people coming and going. Probably travelers, people who might have seen certain things or heard of certain things.
Well, I mean, of course we do. You know that little pixie that brought you all here? She's one of those travelers.
Don't remind me. Anyway, I'm wondering, have you ever seen a book that looks like this? He says as a book just randomly appears in his hand and he holds it out for Spindle to see with a firm grip so she can't just rip it out of his hands. Though it would return to him even if she did.
Now, where did you get that?
Well, it's something from where I come from. I can't really say how I got it, but if I've been thinking past since yesterday, if she is here, then there's a good chance that there's another book like this one in this world. And I'm just curious about it.
It would do you good to not ask questions that shouldn't be asked and to not stick your nose where it doesn't belong. That book. You're an idiot for even showing anyone that you have it. You're lucky I'm nice. Don't let Tara know you have it. Then she's just going to, like, adjust her hat and walk back upstairs.
So they are oh, she's gone, damn it. Well, now I'm just left with more questions and answers. But at least she can't follow me here, so I'm good there. Guess I'll go back on watch. He says before heading back up.
All right, then. Spindle goes back into her office long after Lilith is gone. She just closes it behind her. Now, we move on to Ares. Ares. Ares is my favorite NPC that's played by a person. What's Ares doing?
Ares would like to go flirt with Sivith.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
I'd like to just walk in, prop up against the wall, and just be like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Smoking a
This is-
cigarette.
How tall is Ares?
Aries is 6'2".
Okay, so she'd have to look up him a little bit
Tall.
because she's like 2 inches shorter. Okay,
It would have been
I'm not
funnier.
used to this. She just kind of like looks at him with this confused expression.
I'd like to pull out a piece of dried jerky out of my pouch and offer it to her without saying a word.
Oh my god.
Your
Oh,
best way
Lord.
to win over a woman.
uh, she just like looks at it and then just takes it and then just takes a bite from it and then kind of like chews for a second and then kind of like has this like kind of impressed uh expression because you know it tastes good. And she likes jerky.
I should say also, it is fish jerky, just to let you know.
Okay,
I was expecting you to just spit it back at him.
no.
Yeah, that's crazy. Aries would like this, like the signal with like a shush, and say, "Don't tell Kalos," and just silently walk away.
Oh lord.
I'm just gonna have her like look at him and just kind of start like she just scoffs and just kind of like chuckling to herself. Like what the hell? Okay,
Oh my god, this is so funny.
um then actually, Rob, are you here?
Yep.
So Riley, can I have her go to Brashen and then spar with him for like the rest of the day?
Yeah, certainly. Both of you make 2 attack rolls or roll the hits, and then DM them to me. Don't say them out loud. But however, I will say that this is your 3rd day, like
Oh
day
shit.
3 activities.
Attack rolls?
Yes, roll to attack just once, and just DM them to me.
Okay. Roll to attack just once.
All right then. And with that, we will move on to day 3. Now I do want to speed this up because I did have a few other things planned for today's session. It's mostly just been boat stuff. My apologies, everyone. What a lackluster first recorded session. Speeding through Nova. What are you doing for your 3rd day?
You know what? For my 3rd day, I'm going to be hauled up in a secluded part of the ship, flipping through a book and studying.
How
That's
many
what I'm
of
gonna do
these secluded parts of the ship do we have? We've been in like 3 of them.
This is you can given enough time, a rogue can find any secluded space.
Just imagine all of you do this right next to like the small
You
like
hear the
curtain he
whirl of
put up
machinery,
Esther.
like. I will say, Esther, because I assume you've just spent the whole day working for your 2nd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The entire
I'll
time.
just say by the end of the voyage. Huh?
Sorry,
I'll
you
just
go
say
first.
by the end of the voyage, you get everything repaired. That you're all
All right,
good to go.
cool. I do want to say I'm gonna end my enchantment, do the thinning stones. I'm gonna do a repeating shot of my shotgun, so I don't have to worry about fucking ammo anymore.
All right then. Perfect. Thanks for telling
I
me
can do
that.
that all on my end, but yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Yes. Going back to Nova. Nova, you were able to find a properly secluded spot. Ironically, it is in between 3 barrels of rum.
Where the last place they'll look.
Yeah. Well, there's literally 12 other barrels of rum around you.
Fair enough. I end my turn, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Remind me to DM you some things about that book later. Moving on.
Right.
Tenny. What's Tenny doing for the third day and final day?
On the third day, Tana's probably not gonna do anything special. She's just gonna find a high spot and just watch everyone. Just be like, okay, there's a bunch of new people on the ship that I don't know. I'm gonna watch them. She's going to send Cinnamon to just follow a few of them, just alternating. She'd be like, just watch them. And that's all she's really gonna do, unless something interesting catches her eye.
All right then. And yeah. I just DM'd you something. Moving on from that. I mean, if you'd like to do anything about it, you're free to, but no, not doing it. Okay.
I'm thinking. No, I think she'll let it pass, though she's noting it in the back of her head.
Okay, all right. Moving on from Shannon. Siveth. Oh wait, no. Siveth and Brashen, you two were sparring for the whole day. Never mind. I'm gonna skip over you two. Apologies. Same with Esther because working on thing. And finally, Lilith. What are you doing for your third and final day?
I think Lilith is just up top, going through her book, maybe trying to piece together that sigil she just got recently. She's probably just analyzing the newest page on her journal and trying to figure out what the sigil means and what is going on.
Could you please roll me either a history, arcana, or nature check for me? Just pick one.
I'll go with Arcana because it's my highest stat.
Fair enough.
And that is a 22.
A what?
22.
You know that this is very powerful. This is unlike any other ritual that you've seen before. And while deceptively simple, you know for a fact that anything to do with this sigil, or that has this a part of it, is powerful magic, far outside any of your capabilities. Far, far outside of your capabilities. And with that, we wrap up the boat scenes. I know it's taken forever. My apologies. Boring as fuck, I know. Except for the Ares scene. Love you, Ares. Thank you for doing that for me. Yes. The ship sails closer and closer to a bustling little port city. Outstretched on an island, a very large island, I should say. And you all find yourselves having the ship slowly inch through a canal, a very wide canal, fitting the ship and its little reptilian friends. And then just as you're halfway through, a gate opens to your left, and the ship turns in. And of course you find yourselves within a bustling internal dock for the city. Ares, as soon as the whole ship pulls into the dock, sort of looks around, not very caring to be discreet about it, but he sort of looks around. He grabs a few barrels and pushes them together, making a sort of counter-like surface. And then he just walks like a mime would down some stairs. Then he's not there anymore. As the ship pulls into the port, it parks up right against a much larger ship. You notice on the back shit, what was the acronym? Fuck, I keep forgetting.
ships.
Where is it? Yes, the RYL Rogue, a massive warship, unlike anything that any of you had seen. 4 rows of cannons, massive sails, simply parked next to the interceptor on the harbor. Now, as you all pull in, these Spinosauruses sort of instinctively detach. Of course, still with their metal collars and wristbands still on, they sort of just automatically swim off. There was as if there was some sort of mechanism that kept them to the ship until they reached port. They swim off, and one of them walks onto the land. The beast sort of looking around with its crocodilian head and laying on the sand. And Spindle, she stands up next to the helm and goes, "All right, everyone, congratulations. You're on Allied soil now. Welcome to Port Royal, the most powerful nation within the Alliance. I am your Governor General, and enjoy your stay."
So, wait, are we getting a place to actually stay though, or?
Are you kidding me? No. Go pay for your own place. Except for you.
Spindle.
Yes, yes.
Can we have a place to stay?
Wait, I pay you. I know you have enough money to just go get a. I don't even know why you don't have a house here yet.
I don't know. I just kind of couch surf.
You're the most skilled spy in all of Port Royal, and you couch surf?
Yeah.
Daughter of Port Royal. Great. This is the model citizen I tell my people to. Alright, bollocks. You all know Ares. He should be at the tavern/inn. If you go there and tell him I sent you, I'm certain that he will give you all at least a discount.
I don't see why we just sleep outside. That's normal. Camping's the best, actually.
Because we can't camp forever.
Ah! Oh, you're serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weirdo.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, in this situation, you're the odd one out, which means you're weird.
I don't know. Camping out on the corpses of old gods was one of the best times. Sometimes still hear them breathing, you know?
I see.
And
Do,
I'm
not,
not
do
gonna lie.
none of you
Sorry, go
do
ahead.
none of you still believe me? Still, do none of you believe me that I come from the astral realm?
No.
I believe that you believe that.
And this is why I never take off my armor. Anyway.
Mhm.
Oh, worth flicking.
Well then, what are you all doing? I mean, if we want, we can start up at the top of initiative again.
I'm game with that.
Alright then. Nova just pulled into port. What's the first thing that Nova's doing?
I'm going to find a tavern.
Alright then. Who all would be joining him, if
I'm
anyone?
joining.
I'll join.
Time?
Sure, I'll go too.
Love?
If it's a crowd, Esther follows.
Brashin?
Yeah, I mean everyone's going, so
Okay. Alright. The party disembarks from the ship, hopping onto the docks and marching towards the following the signs rather towards the shopping districts, which you could only assume has a tavern in it because the this entire area seems nothing but homes. Of course, Spindle, Assault, and Callus depart as well. Ares already seemingly disappeared behind a box of series of crates. Callus and Assault escort Spindle to her quarter, or to her tower, rather, a very large tower in the center of Portport. Well, not in the center, but next to the docks. Higher than almost any other residential building. She just walks towards it, and two other armed guards just open it for her. She walks in, Salt and Callus in heel, and disappears behind the door. You all follow the trail and walk over the drawbridge in Port Royal and cross over into a bustling shopping district full of merchants and blacksmiths and potion sellers and whatnot. Of course, you're all still looking for a tavern, so you all find your way. There's only really one big tavern in this city, and it is the Rusty Spigot. Seems like a very high-end establishment. Who's entering first?
I want to back off and go into the shopping district.
All right
Kinda
then.
I think I will too, actually. I'll follow him.
I'll go.
Esther has an idea.
All right, everyone's doing a bunch of different things. Let's go with Nova first. Nova.
Yes, I'm going in.
All right then. You go in. It's a bustling little tavern, of course, with the stairs leading upwards. Yes. And you see a very familiar face. A man smoking a cigarette, brown hair, at the counter.
Greetings, traveler. How you doing? Welcome to the Rusty Spigot. Can I get you anything to drink?
Got wine?
I mean, you think any other sailor doesn't have wine? Guess I have wine.
No, usually sailors are known for having vodka and rum, so.
We have all sorts of things. What can I help you with? You want hard liquor, soft liquor? You want some wine? You want mead? What do you want?
I just asked for wine. So I obviously want wine.
Well, I gotta upsell somehow. You want red
Just
wine? White wine?
red, please.
All right, that'll be five bronze, please.
Are you about to try and charge me 5 silver?
No, not
Sure
some
didn't sound
familiar
like it.
face.
Right. He says he puts the bronze on the table. Don't you can I'm surprised you're still alive, cause that shit gets you killed, man.
Well, gotta make a living somehow. I have many different things that I gotta do, and you gotta make money. So wherever the money goes, I follow. Would place the wine on the table.
He takes his glass cup. What did he put the wine? Did he put it in the glass, a cup, a tankard?
It's copper and wood. It just kind of looks disfigured. It's a disfigured cup.
He takes his all right. He just takes his disfigured cup of wine and finds an empty table to sit and drink at, presumably waiting to see if any of his other comrades followed him in.
All right. With that, does anyone else enter the Rusty Spigot?
I do.
Siveth?
Tannen will. Tannen walks in like she owns the place.
All right then. You two walk in tandem, just as Nova had already sat down.
Welcome, welcome. More familiar faces. Can I get you guys something to drink? Maybe something to eat? You know, I know you guys are maybe tired. Maybe some smoked cod, some smoked salmon. I have some salmon rolled in some seaweed. Don't tell him that. You know, if you need anything to eat, let me know.
I'll
Place a menu on the table.
take smoked cod and red wine.
Red wine. All right. Well, it's your lucky day. This is my last bottle, so we'll see how this goes. You want one glass, two glasses? I might have enough for maybe four. Just let me know.
One for now.
All right.
Um,
Pour the glass and say, three bronze, please. While stuttering.
Wait, 3 bronze for. I'm out of character. 3 bronze for both of those.
One glass.
Oh, okay. Uh,
hope I got charged more.
she
Don't argue with the
hands-
bartender.
She hands the bronze to him. Actually, she hands 4 bronze to him.
It's a little more than expected. Well, here's a little more. And take this little piece of jerky that I made. Again, don't tell anybody where you put. Have a good night. Just sit down, call my name if you need me. My name's Darius. You should know that.
All right. And then she takes it and goes and sits near Nova.
Cannon's just gonna sit down next to Sivis and just look at her for a second. You know, Aries, what are your thoughts on him?
One who?
She
Oh, I'm asking Sivis.
is she asking me? She just kind of like looks at Tannen and takes a bite out of her fish. I don't know yet. I know what he's trying to do. So I'm just having my
What?
fun.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Yep.
I guess he's kind of a crew member, so don't like fuck him over. But also,
No interest to do that.
I know, but also it would be funny if you just played with it a little bit.
That's the goal.
Because the jerky is his. He tries. He tries.
Does his little friend have a thing for me as well?
Who? Callus?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Callus is gay.
That's fine. Okay then. What am I not allowed to do then? I don't want to cross any lines or boundaries.
Oh, you can do whatever you want as long as you don't like actually like hurt the man.
Not going to. Well, not intentionally.
Yeah, then you can do whatever you want. I'm just having fun watching.
Yeah. Well, you'll get your fun.
Hell yeah. That's all I want.
She just keeps eating her fish.
That's all.
Anything else that would like to be done in the tavern? I'll take that as a no. All
I
right.
can't think of anything funny, so.
All right. Let's move on to top of turn order, but first person to leave, Brashen. You wandered off to the shopping district. What exactly are you looking for?
A bakery.
A bakery.
Yep.
A bakery.
Yep.
You do find a bakery.
Is
Hmm?
is Lilith following me?
Yeah,
Hello?
I followed you into the shopping district.
Okay.
Well, you go find a bakery. As you walk in, see, there doesn't seem to be anyone there at the moment. Just sort of an empty place.
I walk up to the counter. Is there a bell?
There is a
You ring
bell.
the bell. I will ring the
You
bell.
you ring the bell. As soon as you ring the bell, the entire bakery sort of whirls to life. The candles flicker from their usual fiery orange to a pink, and sparkles begin to disseminate from the actual chandelier. And then from this little whirlwind, you see a little hologram almost of a small little woman with rabbit ears. Hi, what can I get you?
Uh, you what the fuck are? I want a couple bags of flour, like really small bags if possible.
I don't
Can
think
I
we
buy
sell
those?
flour.
You're a bakery. You don't. You don't.
Yeah, we sell treats.
How do you make them? Do you not have? Why do you not have flour?
Um, uh, we don't have any here. All of the baking is done at a home.
Where is home?
Fellas,
Ah, there's no possible way to get flour here.
I mean, you could go to the general store. They might have some.
Oh, but I wanted a flour from a. Okay, I fucking leave in a little huff.
Oh, her ears sort of like fall down airplane mode a little bit. Lilith, do you follow Gresham? Lilith?
Mac.
Sorry. I was no, Lilith is wandering off in the shopping district.
Alright, cool.
Okay then. What, if anything, would catch Lilith's eye? What would Lilith be looking for?
How banned is magic outside of Terra? Like, would there be people selling scrolls?
Oh my goodness, yes. Port Royal is a city of magic. It is the
Okay,
second most magical city, just behind Velos.
perfect. I am looking for spell scrolls then.
Spell scrolls. Well, you would likely find that. There's a few places. There are a few market vendors and a series of stalls darting about the coastal areas. However, there is one large magic seller in town with a very large sign, probably the only billboard in Port Royal, that says the Miju Magica, with a depiction of a Spinosaurus just behind those words.
Well, I will head over there.
All right, quickly cutting back at the bar for a moment. You all see as Ares does that little mime walk thing just beneath the counter. Anyway, cutting back to the Miju Magica,
What?
you see Ares sitting at the counter.
Ah, welcome again. What can I get for you guys? You guys looking for magical items? Maybe any
It's
artifacts? Like, what can I get
just
you?
a salt in the magic item store, Ares.
Didn't think you'd
Canonically, this
be.
one's schizo.
I didn't think you'd be the magic person, but what scrolls do you have?
He's taking a look.
He's got this.
Mhm.
Sorry, I had to take a check of inventory. My apologies. We have scrolls, we have grimoires, we have wands. What can I get for you? Oh, like we have many different other things, but depending on what you say, depends on what you get.
I'm looking mostly for scrolls or grimoires.
Scrolls or grimoires? Well, the only scroll I have at the current moment is the Scroll of Scrolls.
Is the
Would you be
what?
interested? Scroll of Scrolls.
What is that?
Well, initially it summons more scrolls. So, depending, you know, how you use it, will depend on how it's used. So, would you like to buy it? The last one I have.
May I see it?
Sure. Would hand over the scroll
I wanna
respectfully.
I wanna roll an Arcana check on this because I don't know.
Roll an Arcana check on it.
That is a 13. That's a 19.
Every time you use this Scroll of Scrolls, it summons 1d4 more Scroll of Scrolls.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, what do you think?
I think I'm good. I'm
Are you
looking.
sure? I might be able to bump down the price a little bit.
I'm more looking for scrolls that I can actually use for
Are
spells.
you sure you can't use this? What if you get a scroll from this scroll that allows you to use it, you know? You never know. Depending on your luck, you might,
I think it will just give
get
me more
something
of the
useful.
same scroll.
Who's to say? Is to say. But you get more scrolls of scrolls, then
You don't have any spells.
spells. Who needs a spell when you have a scroll of scrolls? All the spells
Lilith,
you need.
Lilith
Sure, you
sets
don't
it
want to
down
buy
and
it. I
walks
swear.
away. She's Lilith sets it on the counter and just walks away from you. she's not dealing with this. Start at the magic shop.
There are a few street vendors.
I'm going up to a street vendor.
You go up to a street vendor, it's a very similar man smoking a cigarette. Aries?
So, you sure you don't want that scroll of scrolls?
That all the magic shops here have.
They have me. So, are you sure? I'll bump that price down to maybe 5 bronze, 4 bronze, Price of a drink.
I am just looking for
Look,
usable spells.
look at this. All right? I promise you, you won't find this anywhere else. Self-made, self-proclaimed. It's all me. All right? Buy this. All right? You're going to have a homemade spell
That makes more of the same spell.
that makes more of the same spell, but better.
Why would you need that?
Well, there's a lot of things you could acquire from such a scroll. Many, many different items, artifacts, whatever, different other spells. But if you use this, you might get more. So who's to say you might get different artifacts, items, whatever you want? It's all in your desire.
It looks like it will just give you the same. Lilith just walks away again. She stops mid sentence and just walks away again.
Damn.
You shop.
If the other vendor even looks similar to Aries, she's just leaving the shopping district.
What about Aries, but with a very distinct mustache?
I was about to say, you see a man smoking a cigarette, however, he has a very long and twirly mustache.
Bonjour! How you doing? Can I get you anything?
Lilith just keeps walking. She's leaving the shopping district.
Come
She's gonna
on, I
go-
gave you a list of things. You didn't need to go with the scroll and scroll so hard, man.
She's gonna go make a complaint to Spindle about the shopping district. She's leaving.
So funny.
Oh my god. Okay. We'll consider that the end of that. Oh my goodness. Just because I don't want to leave Esther out. Esther, what are you doing in the shopping district?
Okay. Well, my original plan, because that's just kind of the thing Esther does after he's finished his fixing his machine, was he was gonna go out and see if there was like a fight pit anywhere. But I feel like that's gonna take more time, and I don't have a lot of time. I do think he's
I
just
mean,
gonna.
you can roll an perception check if you'd like.
You know what? Yeah, he's just gonna look around, hopefully for that. But if there's anything else, like maybe magic related or anything,
Hmm.
it and that one. Great.
Damn.
You see attached to the tavern what seems to be a little shed. And it says, and with a sign with an arrow pointing at it that says "for fun this way." And you can only assume that means fighting.
Uh-oh. Well, what's in the shed?
It's a staircase down.
An underground fighting ring. Oh, interesting. Hope he fits down the
I am
stairwell.
going to say, just like flat out, this is a brothel. This is an Ares run
Eh.
brothel. You're walking into a brothel.
Yeah, figured.
Does Esther know what that is?
I don't
Yeah.
think so. Oh, he does. Never
Oh
mind.
my
He
god.
does.
Okay.
He knows what it is. He just doesn't give a shit. My boy is like asexual. He does not give a fuck.
All right then.
What
You
what
walk down the
happens when I?
stairs.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm?
Here we go. What happens
You
what
walk
boys
down the
see?
stairs, and as you do, it gets further and further down. The sounds of music and bards playing loudly and loudly. Then, as you walk in, it's just a desk with a door behind it and Ares sitting at the table.
Traveler, how are you doing?
Say I'm actually doing pretty well. I have a new set of armor actually. Been wanting to test it out though.
You want to test it out with the few individuals I got in the back, you know? They might be good test dummies, per se. I'd say 10 bronze. 10 bronze a night. You make your way, and they'll make it worth your while.
Well, how strong are they? They need to be able to handle it.
Oh, they're very strong.
Why did I do this? Why did I make this a canon thing?
Of all people, Esther is probably the best person to come here.
Oh my god.
10
So,
bronze for an
you will
entire night?
yes, an entire
Good
night.
endurance
You
test
just
of the
sign
armor.
here.
So yeah, sure.
Bet. Cool. So you just
Ares
sign
hands
here.
you
It's a what?
a waiver.
A waiver. Okay. What does this waiver read?
Um.
Ares, if you'd like, you're free to improv.
So, you just sign here. Don't worry about what all this says. Just, you'll have a great night. Sign here. Make sure this disclosure is signed so the government knows that I'm, doing and keeping legal documents. So just go along your way. Sign this, and we'll make sure you get some good sparring opponents per se.
Okay.
Please make a perception. Actually, what's your passive perception, Esther?
Passive perception is 11.
You're able to notice this because it's pretty obvious. It is in bold. Ares Grimfire is not responsible for any amount of soul losses, damages, and or removal. Just like in pretty bold text at the bottom.
Not a challenge I haven't faced before.
Sign here.
He signs it, but his signature is like almost completely illiterate. You like can't understand. It's just squiggle.
So if you
Alright.
just come this way, the ladies will show you the rest.
Hope they're strong.
As soon as the door opens, there is a tiefling woman that is entirely red, with two bat-like wings, wearing a housecoat that is just escorting you down the halls. And with that, we're moving on to the next player.
Oh my god.
I think that's I think actually we're just gonna fade to black on that one. Just say Esther eventually realizes what it means.
You want to do what now? It's a waste of 10 bronze.
What a first episode.
I know, right? This is great. I'm so sorry that we didn't introduce with combat, everyone. Sorry to the industrious viewers. I kind of ran out of notes. I've been improving for like the last 15 minutes. Do we want to call it quits for this session today, or do we want to keep going? See how many more Aries shenanigans we can have.
I want to make my managerial complaint to Spindle.
Well,
All right, then.
as Esther is predisposed, I guess, for the rest of the night, I think I'm ahead off. You guys do
Oh.
you.
Okay. Well, good night, Blank.
Right.
Right, see ya.
Good night.
Okay. You approach Spindle's tower towards the center as the centerpiece of the dockyard. What do you do as you approach the door with two armed guards on either side?
Just gonna look at both of the guards and then just knock on the door.
The guards kind of just look at you, and they look at the top of the tower. That's at least 20 stories up.
Can I get an escort up?
One of the guards sort of opens the door. You'll see an elevator.
Guess I get on.
You get on, you click the top floor, which has an S on it instead of 20. And you wait. And you wait. And you wait. keeps going up and up. It's not even music anymore. It's really boring. But then once you hit the 10th floor, you hear a bard. Bum, 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 bum. And then it slowly fades out as you keep going up. And eventually you find yourself on the 20th floor. In front of you is a door made out of cherry wood. And you don't hear anything.
Knock on this door.
You knock on the door. And eventually, a little while later, you hear those signature heel clacks against the floor. As Ari, I mean,
Aries Lilith would be jumping up this tower. This would be our first character death.
as Spindle opens the door, her glasses halfway down her nose, all of her more professional admiral gear taken off, just a collared shirt and dress pants. And of course, a cigarette in her mouth. Yeah, what can I do for you?
I just want to know how you guys consider yourselves a magical city with no spell scrolls.
Oh, spell scrolls? You know how hard those things are to come by?
All your one shop person has is the Scroll of Scrolls.
Oh, that's Ares. Yeah, no. See, he doesn't actually own most of those places. He just works for all of them. I don't know how he does it. He owns that scroll of scrolls, and I think he's been trying to just get it off of his hands. He does have other things. It's mandated by law that they have other things.
Well, he wouldn't give them or show them to me.
Are you really going to try to drag me out of my office so I can show you around Port Royal?
I just came here for scrolls. I don't need to drag you out. I just need to make a complaint, I guess.
She taps her foot a little bit, looks around. She takes a long puff of her cigarette before she just calls it Venus. And a bird flies over and hops onto her shoulder. Get Tannen to make sure that's what was your name again?
Lilith.
Lilith. Make sure Tannen shows Lilith around the shopping district so she isn't assaulted with scrolls of scrolls. Then sort of writes down a quick little note. She quickly pulls out a piece of paper and writes out a note in her hand, rolls it up, hands it to Venus. Venus flies out the window. Once you get down there, I'm certain Tannen, where the hell she is, will be there waiting for you. Yeah, just go find her. I have work I need to go do.
Thank you. I love it. Just leaves.
As you turn to leave, Spindle sort of calls out, Lilith, don't touch my journal again.
No promises. Walks out.
Interesting. And she just closes the door behind her. You continue down the elevator. Goes down, down, till you reach the 10th floor. Ba, 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 ba. As it keeps going down. And then you reach the bottom floor again. You walk out, you're greeted by these two armored guards. They're very interesting hats with the spike pointing at the top. They sort of just look at you as you walk out. I assume you're gonna go find Tannen?
Yeah. We can also cut the session if you don't want to keep going.
If you really want a magic item,
I would like a magic item. I would like to look for scrolls, but
Would love magic.
All right then. So the session continues. And then after we get you a magic item, we'll do final calls and the session will be over. So you walk into the tavern, the last place you knew what tavern was. And Ares, are you talking to Tenon, Sivith, and Nova? The ones who were sitting at the table? Or are those three talking? What are you guys doing?
Is Ares trying to flirt with Sivith again, or?
Ares, are you?
Can I offer you guys anything to eat? I have some great stew that I cooked last night. I'm sure you guys would like it.
Sure. Sure, buddy.
She just looks
That's
down at
crazy.
her like empty plate of fish. It's just like what?
Just say yes.
Yes.
There we go.
I said yes, Ares.
No, I'm waiting
You
for
know,
Aries.
He stands
don't
there
worry about it. This is
dumbfounded.
on the
just like-
house. This is on the house. Enjoy.
You swear you can see his eyes or his pupils turn into hearts as he like walks away after putting the stew on the table. Lilith, you see this scene. I won't say what emotion it invokes, but I'm sure you know. Embarrassment, shame. Anyway, you see the scene with Tenon, Sivith, and Nova sitting at the table. How do you approach them? Lilith?
sorry, my mic was muted. I think I'm just gonna walk up to Tan and did you get Spindle's letter?
Did I get Spindle's letter?
Message? Whatever.
Yeah, I'm asking Riley too. Like, did I get Spindle's letter?
No, you didn't. But you hear a very distinct, like, knocking at the window.
I think I'm about to get it. She'll go over to the window and open it.
You see a kestrel bird, a very small, like what looks to be a very small hawk with a. It's mostly red with a series of black spots. Kind of looks at Tenon. Holds up one of its legs that seems to have a little piece of paper wrapped around it.
And Tannen will pat the bird's head and then get the piece of paper, read it.
Make a dexterity saving throw, Lilith, if you could. As you're reading that paper, it just says, "Dearest Tenon, Lilith gave me a complaint. If she goes to get more magic items, make sure Ares stops trying to sell that scroll." Lilith, what was that dexterity check you made?
13.
13. As Tenon takes the letter, the bird sort of flies into the establishment, circles you for a bit, then sort of swipes at you. It doesn't do much, but it sort of scrapes your forehead a bit and then flies out.
You got hit with the skull of scrolls.
Why am I in this city?
I don't know why are you in the city?
Nova.
Ah.
Is Nova in the tavern?
Nova
he's-
is sitting
Yeah,
next
Nova's
to
He's
at the
right
table.
beside us.
I'm just glaring at Nova when she asks that. Just
I am
full on
again.
daggers.
Again, I am sorry. I do
Damn.
not know how many times I must repeat that.
Well,
I would just like to get some scrolls and then go to bed.
And the scrolls didn't do it for you?
If I hear that name one more time, I will blow up this
Oh,
shopping district.
I hate the scroll of scrolls so much. I hate it. Anyway, let's go and I'll get him to actually sell you crap instead of this stupid scroll of scrolls.
And with that, you two get up and walk out of the tavern. Ares, of course, was sitting at the bartend, the stand, polishing glass. And as he sees you two leave, he sort of looks around a little bit. Then he does that mime stair walk behind the cupboard, making it look like he's walking downstairs.
Oh my
And then
God.
as you enter the Miju Magica, he's doing the same bit, but in reverse. He's walking backwards up the stairs. He appears behind the counter at the Miju Magica.
Aries?
Hello. Nice to see y'all again.
Can you actually sell her stuff that is not the scroll of scrolls? Please?
Well, that's really only the scroll I have. If she wants anything else, then I mean, I have this cloak of what is it? Slime resistance, I believe.
What?
You know, no longer getting sticky.
Where do you get these magic items from?
I have my sources.
Really not good ones.
They're alright.
Do you... Okay. Lilith, what kind of magic item do you want? Like, what... Do you want the slime resistant cloak?
I don't. I want things that are usable, that I can
Yeah.
transcribe or use to assist in anything. Anything that's
And
going to be usable.
Please, Aries. By order
well,
of Spindle, please.
I have this cake that
God.
it was enchanted by an ancient sorcerer. It's been aging for a very long time, and if you eat it, you have resilience to certain type of things. I'm not really sure what the aspects are behind it, but you get some sort of resilience. So
You don't even know what it
you
does.
want the cake? Why would I know what it does? Why would I eat it? I'm just here to sell it.
This is the worst magic shop I've been to.
Uh,
Do you
it might
have
be the best. You just haven't been to other places.
have anything else besides slime cloak and mysterious cake?
Um, I have this dagger of water splash if you really want it.
Dagger of water splash.
Yeah, if you want, of course.
What is it? What is that even? Does it just splash water?
Something like that.
If you throw it into the
Come on,
water,
I
does
don't
it
have all
splash?
day.
Is that the whole thing?
Yeah, very heavily.
I'm not going to pretend the shopping district. I'm not going to. I thought you were supposed to help.
I
I
am
always help.
trying, but I
This
just
at this point, just shoot the man.
Do you want me to get Spindle? Do you like? Do you have anything that isn't a scam?
Um. Well, you see, I do have this plated armor of enhanced. I can't really remember what the last word is. It doesn't make sense to me, but it works really well. It's very strong. So if you really want that, it's only a chest piece and a leg piece, but better than having no armor, right?
What's this shop front look like?
Pardon?
Like what? Is this a market stall? Is this a
No,
what's
this
it
is
look
like a proper business. There are items that have lined the walls, and like there are tables with like glass cases with different items in it. I think you're pretty sure that he's just trying to move unsold merchandise.
Love it.
And can I kill this man?
If he wasn't a part of the crew I was a part of and under Spindle, I would say yes. But unfortunately, I would probably get in a lot of trouble. So I am remaining neutral in this. I'm not telling you yes, not telling you no. I'm just here, looking the other direction.
Well, listen. I have this other item that I'm not really trying to sell. But if you're really pulling my fucking arm, I guess so. But it's called the Rod of Security. And while holding this rod, you kind of activate it of sorts, and it transport you up to a certain range of sorts, and you could see into a different plane. Um, I would say within this type of item, you have the chance to kind of becoming a a perspective of a different universe, but you have no choice end of changing anything. You just kind of get to sit there and see how it is. But if you were to use this, every hour spent in the paradise, slowly you slowly lose life force of a sense. So the more time you spend, the less likely you are to survive this. Unless you're really strong, of course.
Riley, what's the highest spot within 90 feet of me?
What? That would probably be the roof of the building.
Aries, make me a constitution saving throw.
Make a throw. Okay, give me 1 second.
Just you roll the dice. Tell me what that base number is, and I'll add the modifier.
I got you.
Riley,
Yeah.
Tannen is just gonna tell Cinnamon to just be like, go to Spindle and tell her Aries will not give up items that aren't bullshit.
All right. Cinnamon just kind of like purrs a bit, rubs against Tannen's leg, and then heads out.
What am I rolling, by the way?
Just roll a dexterity or Constitution saving throw, and then just
Okay.
DM me the number. Aries. Oh, there's the DM. There he is. Okay. Aries. As you're just kind of sitting there trying to sell this unmoved merchandise, you blink and you find yourself on the roof. You don't know how you got here. This wasn't your usual trick. How the fuck? Now we move on to the rest of the party. I'm so sorry. Can
Just walked
both
out as soon
Tenon-
as she did that.
actually, if you would like, if Tenon and Lilith could give me a perception check just to see what items are on the wall.
Okay. Ooh. Wait, what's my bonus?
I got 22.
Oh, thank gosh, I got a 9.
I got 22. Don't worry, I got
You
22.
You see, for the both of you, the four of you see a few useful things. A staff of Python, wand of secrets, winged boots, hat of disguise, gauntlets of ogre power, an efficient quiver, an efficient quiver, and something called a cloak of protection. Those are the ones that really catch your eye.
Tannen will point them all out to Lilith.
Pick up I'm gonna pick up the cloak of protection.
A cloak of protection. You do pick it up. Has a price tag on it for 7 silver.
I'm gonna place 6 silver on the counter.
All right. As long as you are attuned to the cloak, you have a +1 to AC.
Sweet. I also
That's
wrote
where
down
we'll
that I
end.
have. Oh, sorry. I
No.
wrote down that I have 27 gold. I assume that means 27 silver, not gold.
No, gold.
Oh, it is gold.
Yes. How we're doing it is 10 bronze is 10 bronze is 1 silver, 10 silver is 10 gold. Or 10 silver is 1 gold. Sorry.
Okay.
Final calls to do anything. Anything at all. Final calls.
Nope.
No? Okay, perfect. That's when we are officially session's over. First ever session or first ever recorded session done. Yay! Kind of boring, but yay!
I love flirting with everybody.